What's up, YouTube? Shadow DPS here. Today I want to talk about motorcycle media. Where do you get your information, or your motorcycle porn, as I would like to call it, regarding the sport? Now, of course, a lot of us are on YouTube, obviously, and we get a lot of our information from the various motor vloggers out there, the various reviews from the subject matter experts on the different bikes and gear and ride reports and what have you. But what other sources do you guys use with regards to get information on the sport? Okay, I'm gonna start with what I use. Me myself, I use a variety of different media. YouTube is one of them. One of the other ones that I use is the internet. Some of these websites and forums. My favorite forum by far is Adventure Rider, or advrider.com. There's some good technical information out there regarding my bikes, whether it be my cruiser or my adventure bike. A lot of information on the types of adventures, the types of places that, you know, maybe a possibility to go see in the future. Good information on routes, good information on places to eat, places to visit. Inspirational stories on folks who share the same interests as I do with regards to long distance riding. I mean, you see all kind of crazy stories, you know, folks riding all over the world, selling their house and all their valuables to take these crazy long distance trips for many months or years. You see a lot of inspirational stories with regards to that, and I enjoy it. Some of the other websites that I frequent regarding motorcycles, it's the Yamaha Super Tenere and the Yamaha Star Striker site. And again, it all depends on what bike you ride. I mean, whatever bike you ride, there's going to be probably a forum tied to that bike, and you can get all kind of information on you know, technical information on your bike. You know, if there's an issue with your bike, you can get information on that, on how to fix it, how to deal with it. Upgrades or mods that you may want to do, get some good ideas on that. Plus develop some sort of rapport with some of the folks who have the same bike that you have. There's a lot of good information out there with regards to that. Other media, television, unfortunately right now there aren't a lot of shows out there, TV shows, and I barely, you know, very rarely watch TV, that focus on motorcycles and motorcycle riding. If any of you guys know of any show that I'm missing, please let me know, but there is really nothing out there. And then besides the old series that came out, you know, a long way around and long way down, there really isn't anything out there. So I know there's a show on BBC called Motorcycle Diaries. It's either on BBC or the Travel Channel or something like that, but I have yet to catch up with that. If any of you guys know if that show is any good, please let me know. But really don't know of any good motorcycle shows. Why is this guy going so slow? On television. All right, and the last media that I use to get information on motorcycling are various podcasts. All right, dude. Now I listen to 2 podcasts, and you don't have to be an iTunes or Apple user to download these podcasts. You can just go to their website and check it out. But there's a podcast called what is it called? law-abiding biker. Yeah, law-abiding biker. Basically, it's run out of Washington State by these law enforcement officers, and these guys have a motorcycle club, which is, you know, pretty much based on the law enforcement community, but they do a podcast once a week to talk about, you know, motorcycle issues, whether it be, you know, from a technical standpoint, which most of their technical stuff kind of deal with Harley Davidson motorcycles, which, you know, I'm not really too interested in right now, but good information nevertheless. They talk about news, you know, different motorcycling. They talk about trips that they've taken, and yeah, they got some good information. I don't always listen to them, but, you know, if I'm bored, you know, and don't have anything else to listen to, I'll put that iTunes podcast in and see what they got to say. But my favorite podcast has to be Adventure Rider Radio, and it's run by a guy named Jim Martins, and he has some pretty good guests on this show. The episodes run about an hour, and he's got guests from pretty much all over the world who've done a lot of long distance adventure type riding, and they come on the show and just talk about their experience, you know, what they've done, why they do it, some of the challenges that they've had while, you know, riding around the world or riding overseas or what have you. And it's truly a lot of good information on this show. You got folks like Sam Manicom. He's a Brit who's done a lot of riding in Africa, and he talks about a lot of the cultural differences and some of the challenges and some of the good times that he's had and some of the things that he's experienced. And it's pretty interesting, pretty inspirational to hear some of these people talk, you know, especially when you get an understanding of what their background was and then how they came about wanting to ride around the world. So it's definitely something to check out. Adventure Rider Radio. They've got a website. Just Google Adventure Rider Radio, and you can actually download some of their podcasts, you know, just in regular format, MP3 format, and listen to it wherever. But they got some good stuff. So definitely check that out. But as far as any other podcast type media, that's pretty much what I listen to. And as far as magazines and you know, that kind of thing, I really don't pick up a lot of motorcycle type magazines. I just use the internet for my motorcycle porn. So if there's anything else that I missed as far as good sources for motorcyclists such as myself, guys who like the long distance riding, or, you know, just some general motorcycling type stuff, please let me know, and I really appreciate it. So this is Shadow DPS. Be safe out there, and hopefully I'll be talking to you next week. Later.